Hi everyone, welcome. So I wanted to show you these spring fit access panels. Now, this is how they work. Just a spring, that's what holds it in. They're only not even a 1/4 inch thick. So this is a great way to patch a hole in your drywall, especially if it's behind something or in a room that you don't see the wall that much. In this case, this is behind our TV. This used to be a wall-mounted TV, and now we've got a TV stand, got a different TV that sits on the stand. So I'm going to repair all this, but I wanted to show you this access panel first. These are great for covering cleanouts for plumbing, electrical connections in the wall that you want to access, or simply just quickly repairing a hole. You can paint these and they blend right in with the wall. So I'll show you how easy it is to put it in. You just, you got your hole. It's got to be a little smaller than this, obviously. This is an 8x8. They come in, I believe, 6x8. They come in even larger. They can go in the ceiling or the wall. So I've just kind of cleaned up the edges on here. You can see the TV the mount used to sit here, and we had wires and stuff going through here. So you just take this part here that springs, you put it in there, push it, and it goes back, and there you go. And it's, like I say, less than a 1/4 inch thick, and you can paint it. And then when you want to take it out, if you need to get in there to access something, you just take it, push on the spring, and out it pops. So yeah, these are great. I'm going to put this is made by Watts, W-A-T-T-S, and yeah, I think it was about $15 Canadian. Put that over there. But I am going to repair this properly. So what I'm going to do is just take, I just have a piece of trim here, and all I'm going to do is take my little drill here. I don't have all the fancy equipment. I just put this in here, hold it so it overlaps the drywall a bit. Take one screw. Okay, got that in there. Now I'm just going to get it so that screw head sucks into the drywall a little bit. Not too much though. You want it to hold. Another one here. Just enough to get it to suck in there. That popped out a little bit there. Now if you're having trouble holding this, what you can do when you put it in is just, before you put it in, just take a screw, put it in the middle there, and then you got yourself a little handle to hold onto. So you can hold onto that, pop it up in there, pull back on this screw as you hold it in place, and then pop these two in. But today this hole is pretty big, so we don't need that. So there we go, we got that there. Now, I already cut a piece of drywall, just 1/2 inch drywall. That's usually what most interior walls are in houses. So I'm just gonna, again, take a couple of more drywall screws, pop that in there like that. Fits pretty tight. Hey, it's not perfect, there's gaps around the edges here. Now we know where this is because we're lined up with the screws, so I'm just gonna put a couple in here. One there, pop it out a bit. Here. Now that broke a little bit there when I did that, but it should be fine once we get mud and that in there. So, and again, this is going to get hidden. I'm not a professional, so I'm just showing you what I'm doing in my house. So there we go there. Now we got our mesh tape. So this is sticky on one side, so I'm just going to go like that, figure out where it's going to go to overlap, and then just cut that. And then we're just going to take that, put it right there, push that on there. Don't push it into the seam, leave it open, because you're going to fill this with mud after. Okay, we're just going to do all four. Take this one here. Again, just over there. There's a little piece of there. This here. That, just so it overlaps evenly on each side, half onto the drywall, half onto the new piece. That, and you can measure this if you want and cut it. Remember, it's all going to get hidden by mud and there. Okay, now you don't want to use regular mud to mud this. You want to use an easy sand mud. You use regular mud, it's not going to be as strong, and it's going to be harder to sand, especially if you use something like Durabond or something like that. You want to use an easy sand mud. And like I say, this is behind something, it's never going to be seen anyways. So this might not look perfect. If it's in an area where you want it to look perfect, then this probably isn't the video for you. All right, so now I do have some holes from the old TV mount, and I had a shelf here. So I'm just taking some spackle here, and I'm just gonna fill these holes in. And the paint's peeled off the wall a little here, so I'm just gonna get that. I'll probably do this again once it dries up. I just go back and forth just until it looks like it's all filled in and pushed into the hole there. This one I did earlier. There's some little paint chips there, so we'll just go like that. So here's another one down here. This one needs a little more, so you get that right in there, kind of push it in. That's one I did earlier, that was a little patch there. So we got some more here. Yeah, that's starting to look pretty good. This I'm going to give a little more. I should probably be using mud here. It's just that it's just paint that's come off. I could probably just do this, sand it, and then I'll just probably paint over that, because like I say, it's going to be hidden. That's already bringing it back up almost level with the surface here of the paint. So looks like I've got all the holes filled. There's a couple on the new piece of drywall here. We'll get that. And because this is going to be hidden, I think I'm going to go ahead and just use this instead of mud, and do it nice and smooth, and then I'll sand it. But really I should be using an easy sand mud, but this is just spackle anyway, so this will be fine. My wife might not agree, but I'm going to do this for now, and once the TV's back in place, it'll all be hidden anyways. Okay, so we want to fill this. I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to fill that crack in right there, like that. Just kind of push it through the mesh and get it in there, right? Well, I knew that wasn't going to fly with the wife, so I went and got some easy sand mud. Now let's do this properly. Okay, so I'm going to take my mud. Got a big bunch on the trowel here, and I'm just going to start smearing it on there. I got a drop cloth down on the floor here because you don't want to get it everywhere. So I'm just going to get it right in there, over everything, even the patch, just right over that mesh tape. especially over the mesh. Get it in there nice. Any big blobs that are flying around, just make sure you get them in nice, flat. Get in all the cracks, crevices there. We're gonna have to do this a few times, so I'm just gonna do it the once, but you get the idea. You just put it on there, nice smooth. Don't push too hard, you want it to come up a little bit. The more you leave on there though, the more you gotta sand off. So it's just a matter of applying mud, letting it dry, sanding it the next day, unless you're using like quick dry mud. I guess it really depends on the temperature in the room too. But this is looking good. I mean, with the spackle, it probably would have taken a lot and over again. It's just not the right way to do it. So, you know, I decided to err on the side of caution and do it the right way. I'm sure there's people watching this saying I'm still not doing it the right way, but it looks pretty good. So I still feel like this needs to be built up a little bit. So I'm gonna put more on here. I'm gonna build it up. And yeah, it might take a bit longer to dry. Might as well get these here too again. It had been a couple hours since I did the spackle, so it had time to dry for the most part. Yeah, I'd say that looks pretty good. The mesh is almost completely covered now. I can just see a little. So once I do a sand, I'll do another coat. And yeah, I'm pretty happy I went and got this easy sand mud. So I think that'll be good for now. Got this little handle holder thing that you put the sander block in. You can just buy these blocks. You can just use the block like this too. You can get them, I think most of the time they're black. This one's blue, but Norton, I guess it's called. Anyways, the holder. So yeah, this is a medium grit. You can get different grits. I'm just using a medium, and I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna put another coat on it and sand it one more time, and then I think it'll be ready for painting. So I'm just gonna start up here and just kind of go around. You're gonna get a little bit of dust coming off. It just kind of settles to the floor. Unless you're doing a big room, then it gets everywhere. But I got this down pretty good with the trowel, the knife, or whatever you call it. So it's not so bad. But that's already pretty smooth, so. Yeah, so that feels good. So I'm gonna put another coat of mud on it, and yeah, do the same thing once it dries, and then paint it up. Okay, there it is. I just wanted to show you guys real quick what it looked like all painted up. I primed it and gave it 2 coats of paint just by brush, because we're gonna paint this wall in the future, the whole thing anyways, and it's behind the TV. That's just a shadow of the TV stand you see on the bottom, but yeah, it turned out really well. I'm pretty happy with it. So there you go. I hope this video helped you out.